Hey everybody, welcome. This is Dr. Mark Arcuri this morning. It's a Saturday morning in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Another gorgeous day, and I love that I can say that so much. And I hope that you can say that wherever you are as well. And remember that whether you think it's a beautiful day or not, you can always say that it is. And by saying it is, that's the beginning of manifesting that perfect day. So, and that's exactly the topic of today. A lot of people ask me, what is law of attraction? So your questions answered this week is, what is law of attraction? And it's simple in some ways to explain, but in other ways it's incredibly complex. And so we're not going to do it all in this Your Questions Answered segment. But basically, the fear that people have is that law of attraction is some sort of a religion. I once had somebody say in a boot camp that we were doing, a fitness boot camp that had a mind-body component to it. We were doing a class afterwards about law of attraction and the principles. And I'm not going to change my religion. Well, you don't have to change your religion, I explained, and you don't. Law of attraction is compatible with any religion. It is a spiritual practice. It's also a science. So it's the coming together of science and spirituality in the most beautiful way that can, when practiced, when integrated into your life in whatever way that you want to do that, can really create magic. And that's the subtitle of Life Aligned, the journey to allowing the magic in your life. And it's about allowing that process to happen. Law of attraction is based on the premise that like unto itself attracts. So too often we go through life wanting things. We want more money. We want a better relationship, or a relationship period. We want a new house, a new car, all the things that we in good modern society decide that we need to have, these possessions. And right or wrong about that, that's a whole nother topic. What law of attraction says is that it doesn't work that way. And Wayne Dyer said it best. He said, you can't have anything that you want. And that's a profound statement, that you can't have anything that you want, because when you're in a state of wanting something, the implication by default is that you don't have it. And when you don't have something, there's this void, and that void can't bring what you do want into it, because there's nothing there to attract it. There's no, I don't know, I think of baking bread or a sourdough bread. You have to have a starter. If you don't have that starter, you can't bake the bread, even if you have all the other ingredients, because there's nothing to draw the essence of what that bread is into that mix. So law of attraction is the same way. With law of attraction, instead of being in a state of wanting something and in an awareness that you don't have something that you'd like to manifest, what you have to do is acknowledge that you would like what you want, and that's fine, but that's where it ends. What you do then is move into a state of awareness of how you are representing what it is that you want in your life in a way that can vibrationally attract it. And what I mean by vibrationally is, I mean that you become a vibrational match to having whatever it is that you want. A vibrational match is very different from having this emptiness inside you that's trying to get filled up by something. So law of attraction is based on the idea that like unto itself attracts. So instead of wanting something, more money for instance, in your life to do the things that you want to do, you have to acknowledge initially, yes, that you don't have the money to do the things that you want to do, but then you have to begin shifting into this mode of acting as if you have the money, so that you can then attract more money. So money attracts money. If like unto itself attracts, then the money attracts money. It doesn't mean that you have to have all the money that you want to attract all the money that you want. What it means is that you have to act as if you do have it. So acting as if you do have money when you really don't may mean that you're putting out of your mind the constant ruminations and thoughts about not having money, and instead dreaming about the ways that you'll spend the money. So you begin to shift your consciousness into a place of having the money and enjoying the money, so that you can then match up with the money and the money can come in. Does that make sense? I hope it does. And that's the short version of law of attraction. So law of attraction is based on vibration. Everything in the universe puts out a vibration, and that vibration is received by everything else in the universe, and that reception becomes the perception of what that thing is. So if we look at the table over here, the table is putting out a certain vibration that represents a table, and I perceive it as such, and it becomes a table. If for some reason that table could morph into a cat and put out a different vibration, even if it didn't change its physical form, but somehow could change its vibration to one of a cat, I'd perceive a cat. That's just the way it works in the universe, and that's physics, that's science, that's not some woo-woo spirituality. But law of attraction takes on that science and turns it into a spiritual practice where we can begin putting out the vibration ourselves of what we want the universe to perceive in us, so that the universe can match it and bring us back more of those same things. Think about it as a radio station. If you're tuned to 95.5 and it's a classical station here in Santa Fe, but you really want to listen to country music, you're not going to get country music if the vibration that you're putting out, the signal that you're putting out, is classical music. Country music is not going to come on that station. But if you shift the channel to 98.7, I think here, which is a country station, you're going to start attracting country music. But the only reason that happened is the country music's been out there all the time, along with the classical music, but you've changed the vibration that you're putting out, and by doing that, you're then able to attract something different into your life. So that's what law of attraction is. It's about mastering the awareness of the vibration that you're putting out every moment of every day, whether you're sleeping or awake, and fine-tuning it to be sure that you're putting out the vibration of what you want. If you want more money, you can't be putting out the vibration of not having money. If you want a better relationship, you can't put out the vibration of being lonely or being unhappy in any relationships that you're in now. You have to find a way to tweak your life, even if it's in a really, really small way, such that you can then begin to shift the energy around you. Even though that manifestation doesn't exist yet, you're shifting the energy around you to one that is as if it does exist, and that way the universe can easily bring it into you. So I hope that makes sense. I had a client who, if he's watching, he'll recognize himself because it's a unique story. But every time he needed to shift his energy from one in a, and I want to say it as profession is, but in a profession where it's very easy to become negative and jaded and fighting and aggressive and trying to win something that might give you a clue. Whenever he'd get into that, he'd find that his life kind of became that way. He was just becoming miserable. So what he would do is, he couldn't change his life in a second. We could technically by law of attraction, but it's not going to happen because we're not that much in control of things. But what he would do is he would go get an ice cream cone. And that act of getting an ice cream cone would shift his energy, and the rest of his day would be completely different. It's that simple. And it doesn't have to be a profound change. It just has to be any change. Sometimes we tell people, if you're miserable at your job and you're sort of bored driving to work every day, take a different route to work in the morning. Maybe drive down a street you don't normally drive down, or drive down one where you know there are beautiful flowers. And the rest of your day will go different because you've done that. You put yourself in a different vibrational energy. So give it a shot this week. See what you can take a look at some of the things that you want to manifest in your life, and ask yourself, what tiny little shifts can I make now, even though I don't have those things yet, to put me in a different framework so that I'm putting out a different vibration. And sure enough, watch how those things begin to manifest, or they get closer and closer to you as you go. So I'm going to cut it off there so I can keep it under 10 minutes. That way you can get it on Instagram, but be sure and visit us on Instagram.com/Dr. Mark Arcuri, Facebook.com/Dr. Mark Arcuri, drmarkarcuri.com. There's a tab for resources, and all of the video archives that we do, including the Your Questions Answered, can be found there, as well as all kinds of other free resources. And be sure to sign up while you're in any of those places for our free monthly giveaway. We announce that the first week of the month and run it every month, and you'll need to enter every month if you want to be in it every month. So go ahead and do that, and take advantage of what else we can give you as well. Thank you so much. Keep your questions answered coming. Scroll down right now, put any questions or comments you have down in the comments, and I will be sure to answer them personally there, as well as in future Your Questions Answered episodes if we need to do that. Thank you so much. Lots and lots of love and gratitude from Santa Fe. Enjoy your weekend. Be blessed, because you are anyway. Ciao.